Hi, this is Linda from Blacksburg Bell, and today I'm going to teach you how to draw a fall leaf. Before you begin your drawing, you need to select your subject matter, and I've got several of them here. You want to pick a subject matter that is interesting. And so I went outside and I looked at the leaves on the ground. There aren't too many yet, but I found some that I felt like might be a good example of what you need or what you don't need to start a good drawing. I found this leaf, and if you look at this leaf from all sides, it's fairly flat. It's green, which isn't a bad thing, but it really doesn't have too much character. And so one thing you want to look for is something that has character. Now, I just said too much character. Check this out. This is very pretty, but look at it. It's too wilty, it's too foldy, it's too much for a good drawing. So you want to eliminate that. You also want to look for folds, creases, flippies, anything like that. This one would be fairly good, but if you look at it from all angles, it may be a little bit too complicated for a drawing, and maybe a little bit too complicated for your viewer to see the leaf when you're done. I also have this one here, which is a pretty color, but it's kind of like the green one in the fact that it's flat. Then I found my favorite one. And my favorite one, you can still see the detail in the leaf, but you can also turn it from all sides and see the nice things that are happening with the underside of the leaf flipping up, but still seeing the inside. So I think this is the one that I'm going to try. Now, some of you may say, well, Linda, I live in a climate where leaves don't turn and they don't fall. This is where you go outside and you look at the trees in your yard or a park or an alley, any place where you have access to something that has leaves, and you trim it. You just trim it off your tree, and I trimmed this off a holly bush that I found. And what you do with this is you say, well, there are several leaves here. The leaves that I see aren't particularly a good composition alone, so perhaps I might try drawing 3 or 5 of these leaves, because an odd number makes a better composition than an even number, and look at it that way. So let's get started. So we're ready to get started drawing. I've got my paper, I've got my subject matter, and I've got a black felt tip pen, because I don't want to get so wrapped up in the drawing itself that I feel like I have to erase. What I want to do is similar to what we did the other day. I'm just going to put my pen down and I'm going to keep it moving, but I can also stop my pen and I can pick it up in places where I think I need to put in some detail. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the leaf and I'm going to find something that's interesting. And I'm going to pose the leaf, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pen down and I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start with the stem, and I'm going to put my pen down, and I'm not going to worry too much about the I'm not going to worry about proportion. I'm not going to worry about anything but recording the leaf and all of its fun characteristics that I see going on here. And so at this point, I'm going to pick up my pen again, and I'm going to come down because I see a part here that I want to record, and this was one of the parts that attracted me to this leaf. And I'm going to come here, and I am just calling these lines and shapes. I am not saying this is part of the leaf or anything else. I'm just saying that these things are details that tell me that this is a leaf. And now I'm going to pick up my pen again because I want to get this detail in here. And then I see some other details that might be interesting for the viewer to see, so I'm going to put those in. And I'm just going to I'm not going to get heavy with my pen, I'm just going to glide it and let it go and get some interesting things going on in there. Now remember, you don't want too much going on. You don't want something that's going to distract from your drawing itself, but you do want to have something that says this is leaf texture, these are the veins. And so now I've got my drawing.